I'm Megan Mitchell. This is my co-host, John Morrison, and you are listening to the True North Racing Podcast.
Ain't no hesitation, got me going crazy. Keep it moving, I'm tuned in to True North Racing, the podcast that you need if you got the need for speed. John Morrison interviewing guests in the industry. Hey, short track, stock car racing, gotta get it hype. Saturday night under the lights, hear the engine rooming by. Smell the gas and feel the vibe, going into overdrive. Drop the flag, then the car zooming by. Hey, True North Racing, let's go.
Welcome everyone to episode 83 of the True North Racing Podcast, brought to you by JoMo Media Promotions. My name is John Morrison. Joining me as always is our amazing co-host Megan Mitchell. And this week we got a special intro. Megan, you want to introduce him?
He's a Benjamin. He's purring. He's happy.
Oh, that's good. How's been the past week for you?
Good.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Not much. Working as always.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's it? Nothing else?
No. I'm kidding. No. I had a good weekend because we hung out with you and Jacqueline. We went to the Mandarin. Haven't been there in so long. Oh my gosh.
Food was delicious.
It was so good.
Oh my god, I could probably eaten like 2 more plates.
I know. I got home and I'm like, I probably could have gone for a little more if I would have sat for like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, right? Like that's what I was thinking. I was driving home, like even when we got in the car, Jacqueline's like, "Do you want to stop for McDonald's fries?" I was like, "Not now, but like maybe by the time we get home." Because we still have an hour drive about from Hamilton, so but still, like, no, it was a lot of fun yesterday, you know, hanging out with you guys. It was seeing, actually, I'm not even gonna say it. I'll let you say it. What'd you guys pick up yesterday?
Another race car. It's not a race car yet, but
it will be.
It will be. It's a new Sunfire, so it's the exact
the return
same
of the Sunfire.
I'm excited. I'm not even gonna drive it. It's Chase driving it. But
so this one is gonna be a complete build for you guys. You guys have to empty the car out, get it ready for some metal bars and to build a roll cage in there. Wait, you guys still have your roll cage from the Sunfire, do you not?
Yeah, we have.
Honestly, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna come back down in 2 weeks. I'm coming back down in 2 weeks. The freaking car better be half done.
Oh, Chase!
Put that timeline on Chase.
Heck yeah! Like we're persistent. Like we literally kept everything from the Sunfire in hopes
as
that
much
we would
as you
get
could.
Another one.
Yeah.
And I almost gave stuff to somebody else that has a Sunfire, but I'm like, I don't know. Chase really wants another Sunfire, so we held on to it, and I'm glad we did because we literally have everything we need to pretty much make our old Sunfire come back to life. So
that's awesome.
I'm excited.
So like I said, in 2 weeks, that car better be gutted out and be ready for a roll cage to be bolted in.
Heck yeah. It shouldn't take long.
It shouldn't take long at all. You could empty. I've heard of guys building derby cars in 3 days or in like a day.
I didn't tell you this. Well, I kind of did. We might have a 4th one lined up.
Okay, you all were kind of hinting at that yesterday.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of figured.
100% no.
Is it the one that you guys were talking about yesterday? Yeah. Out in yeah.
With our buddy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
What kind of car is that, anyways? Do you know?
It's another Sunfire. So we'll have 2 Sunfires,
2 sunflowers, and 2 cobalts. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So that's awesome. Like it was kind of cool coming down yesterday and then like seeing the car up on the trailer when we got there. And you want to know something? I wouldn't say I drove completely blind yesterday coming down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because so I came like 2 weeks prior, right?
Yeah.
Come see you guys, and you gave me the address then, but I never saved it in our chat.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's saved in any of our chats. So my dumbass was like, "Oh, I should know roughly where it is." So I literally come through Hamilton, up the 403, up the 403, and then come on to 6. I'm like, "Hey, it's this first one right here. That's all I know." I even stopped. I'm like, I don't know if we need to go left or if we need to go right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this should be fun. And sure enough, we come around like 2 houses, and then boom, there you guys are. I was like, yes.
Perfect.
I took a wild.
Yeah.
I took a wild shot in the dark, and I'm like, you know what? Now I'm good to go. I don't even need to. It's so simple to get there.
Yeah. There you go.
But no, it was great. It was great seeing you guys, great hanging out with you guys, as always. Because can we also bring up what the hell happened last night too at the Mandarin that you put up on your story? Okay, so we sat at one of the tables, and the table that we sat at was right next to the damn fish tank. All dinner long, Cody was sitting across from me, and he was like eyeing this thing up like it was candy. And I'm sitting there like, what are you think? Like, it's like, pass that to me. I'm like, no, like it's their stuff. It's not ours. Like, don't touch it. Then Jacqueline touches it. Like after we're done eating, we're waiting for our check. Guy took about like 20 years, it felt like, to bring our checks out. And even Jacqueline touched it, and I was like, I got intrigued, so I messed around with it. But like the it was the fish's face for us. Okay, did you save that by any chance?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, send it over to me because I'm gonna put it over top of this right now. Let me tell you this. This fish was too stunned to speak. Literally all you see is this thing go move. I'm gonna take what do I got here? I'm gonna take this battery. So let's say this battery, and there's 2 batteries, right? 2 of these things on the other side of the window like this. And I went like this, and then the fish is like
it's like their tank hasn't been cleaned in 10 years. They never see it move. So they
saw it move,
and they're like,
but it was just the 2 fish that were so stunned about it. And then the other ones, like it seemed as if they got like speed, because they were just ripping the top.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, good times though. It was a good time. So before we continue in, we talked about that. We didn't talk about that yet, but we're going to after this. Actually, no, we're going to add it now. So yesterday when we were all hanging out, I was in the shop with the boys. We were just, talking, shooting the shit. Unbeknownst to me, Jacqueline, Megan, and Rachel were all chilling, and Megan's mom were all chilling at the house. And all of a sudden, Jacqueline so actually, you need to set this up for me. You need to set this up for me before I come in with what happened last week. So this is going to tie into what Megan and I talked about last week off the air. And it didn't make it was left on the cutting room floor because we didn't record it. So I'm going to explain it. But Megan, you need to set this up for us before I jump in here.
Jacqueline and I were just basically talking about, like, you and I recording the podcast and just the different rants that we get on. And we were talking about how, like, Kate and I, when we did the driver's seat, we would get on some of the, like, most outrageous rants, and I felt bad for having to make you sit there and edit a bunch of stuff out. So then we got talking about some of the rants that you and I get on, and then I brought up what we talked about last weekend, or the last time we recorded, and I was talking about how it was kind of sad that we weren't recording, but it was kind of good because like it was so off the wall.
It was absolutely off the wall. I don't even remember how we got onto it.
I think it's because I said that okay, when I eat eggs, like I like eggs, but like I have to eat them fast before I think about it. And then I get worried that I'm eating a baby chicken or something. So like I have to eat it fast because I didn't understand like a fertilized egg compared to a non-fertilized egg. And that's where that began.
So yeah, so there was this whole conversation because Jacqueline, unbeknownst to me, Jacqueline apparently for the past 2 weeks has been receiving ads on Facebook and TikTok about chickens and eggs and had no clue why. Meanwhile, I haven't had that for 2 weeks and my phone's right in front of me. Like, you think I'd be the one who would be getting this stuff, and I searched it. So we were very curious on how chickens reproduced. Well, I was very curious about it because I knew so much, because growing up I was with my grandpa at the Paris Fair helping them out in the chicken barn, so in the chicken coop there, in the poultry barn, sorry. So I very much understood some of the logics, the logic about like how chickens and stuff like that, but I never fully understood until 2 weeks ago when Megan and I had this conversation off air. Thank God it was off air. And we ended up figuring out how A to B and C to D and that whole birds and the bees story comes about. To the point where I even took a picture of what happens. And we even read articles. Oh God.
Like we did some grade 5 style research.
Yeah.
Like
we are definitely just very, like, I swear to guys, if we actually probably put out what we recorded between our like, because we'll talk for a little bit before we bring our guests on. We'll talk a bit after the guest, when we let go of the guest. And even after the end of the show, some of the stuff we talk about is just off the wall, random. No purpose does it fill for us, but it is just absolutely random.
We could make a whole second podcast that's not racing related.
Absolutely, we could. Absolutely, we could.
Stuff that goes through our minds. It's not even normal.
I'm gonna say this: our brains are in dark places. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I may put this up on TikTok. I may talk about the whole chicken story on my personal TikTok page, and I'll do a story time or something. We're gonna be getting into our guest this week, which is Ryan Beagle, the big dog at Ohsweken Speedway. It's gonna be awesome talking to him, finding out about how he got involved in racing. He's gonna be coming on in just a few minutes, but before we do, I got a couple things I want to break down first. First of all, I have to give probably the biggest shout out to Megan's sister, Rachel Mitchell. For the past 2 weeks, week. I thought it'd been longer than that, but it's actually just a week. We have been working together on creating new JoMo Media apparel to have in-house. So that way, if you guys order t-shirts, come directly from me. And I'm so excited. I'm going to throw it up right now. These are going to be our logo. This is going to be our t-shirt designs. So the top one will have, I'm going to bring it up real quick. I got to bring it up on here before we talk about this. So the top row that you guys are going to see is going to have the front logos. The front logos, the JoMo Media logos that you guys are seeing right now On the ends, they're going to be larger, kind of like this, what this is on my shirt here. The middle one, the True North Racing Podcast one, first of all, fire ass design. That's going to be small up on the left chest. And then the ones that are on the bottom row, guys, are all going to be what's on the backside blown up. They look absolutely amazing. I freaking love them. We have a JoMo Media and True North Racing Podcast partner shirt. So it's going to have graphic designs, driver cowl, lift the visor, tailored to you. Vision 20 Studios, Claude Haggerty, and Andrea Ballaston all be here on the backside. I had someone message me about the middle one, and I think it's actually a really cool idea. If we could ever get that possible, get personalized T-shirts for the backside.
That'd be cool.
So everyone who's like a guest gets like a free T-shirt, but it'll be their podcast episode. So it'd say True North Racing Podcast, but it was like episode, 83, Ryan Beagle. I had someone message about that. I was like, man, that's actually a really cool idea.
That is a good idea.
And of course, the last design you guys see there is going to be the 2023 drivers list on the backside. I wanted a T-shirt that helped better promote our drivers. And I think that's probably the coolest way possible. Like, I think that's going to be probably our best seller this year.
I think definitely, yeah.
Like I said, your sister does amazing work. I love it. She told me a little something about something that you were doing. How you were trying to push for you guys, like you, Chase, and Rachel, to be all put on there. And she's like, oh, I didn't want to do. I'm like, just do it. Like, y'all are going to race at some point. Just put your names back there. I don't even care if your mom gets put on there underneath 73 or something. Like, I would have allowed that.
So I know. Told her, I'm like, come on, like you could have at least put MRC Racing, like.
But yeah, guys, that is going to be our 2023 T-shirts, sweaters. If you guys want to hook yourselves up with one, message us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are going to be doing a pre-ordering. We're going to get an order in. Hopefully, I'm trying to find a retailer, and hopefully we can get some wicked ass shirts and T-shirts and sweaters. And I'm may even think about looking at that JoMo Media logo and get it on the hats. I think that'd be badass.
That'd be cool.
I feel like we may need an updated hat. I don't know about y'all. But I agree. I want a different style hat to begin with. So I mean, these things are looking fire. I love them. They look amazing. I can't wait to physically get one. But yeah, if you guys want to order one, message us down below. Message us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and get your 2023 JoMo Media apparel starting today. Because I'm taking so long to get on here usually, and we go on our little rants here. We are gonna get. We're gonna skip that other part. I think it's time to get in our guest here. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, you want to introduce him?
So this week on the True North Racing Podcast, we will have Ryan Beagle, the driver of the number 84 Thunderstock at Ohsweken Speedway.
From Victoria, the 84 RK is Ryan Beagle. Everybody to the bottom of the racetrack except Ryan Beagle. Heads up to the outside, and he's making head.
And Sargent, here comes Beagle. He'll swing it way to the outside, trying to get a run on the top four. Beagle is so quick here in 3 and 4 on the outside. Bailey up high in corner 3, but he's going to run out of time. Checkers out. Ryan Beagle gets the win over Dave Bailey.
Thanks a lot. Back-to-back feature wins for the big dog. He works his way out here. How about a big, quick fire starter featuring welcome for the big dog, Ryan Beagle.
Joining us this week on the show is Ryan Beagle, the big dog at Ohsweken Speedway. Ryan, how are you, man?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
That's
Can't
good,
complain.
man. That's good. How's your off season going?
It's all right. It's the off season. It's about as good as it can get. Takes longer than you want it to, but we're making it through.
That's usually the case, right? Our race season is so short, but our off season is just as long.
Yep. Yeah, it feels longer. That's for sure.
Absolutely. What have you been working on the car since the last time it's been out, or getting it ready for this year?
Yeah, I'm fixing a few things, putting the body on it, and just going through things, making sure that I'm not missing anything. And so far, I haven't found anything that is out of the ordinary. So hopefully,
That's always good.
hopefully things go good.
Absolutely. How was your 2022 season?
It was a lot better than expected. We won 5 features, and I think we're at Ohsweken. If we didn't have issues, we were on the podium every week. So we traveled a little bit. We had pretty good success at other racetracks too. So no, it was really good. That's
awesome. Yeah, you had what, four feature wins at Ohsweken, and I think I saw one at Merrittville. Humberstone.
Yeah, we didn't get one at Merrittville. We were close a few times, but
just not enough time, or
well, I think we ran second there 3 times. The one night it rained. I think it rained on lap 16 or something. Like, we were close. It would have been hard. We were chasing Bailey again, and it would have been hard to get around him, but you never know. But no, we were. And then the one night we were chasing Rob Murray and just ran out of time, and and we were really close. We led, I think, the season opener. We got the lead at like lap 9, and then Bailey got back around me with 4 to go or something. So we were close each time. We ran good there. So
that's good. Speaking of Dave Bailey, you guys have been putting on quite the shows, especially at Ohsweken the past couple of years. Especially last year, I saw some really, really good battles. What's that been like for you guys? You guys get out, shake each other's hands. You guys having a blast out there doing it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun racing with Dave, because you know that he's going to run you clean no matter what, and I have the same respect for him. So it's a lot of fun, and it's. I think I said it in one of my interviews in Victory Lane. It's kind of surreal, because I grew up watching Dave race, so it's pretty neat to be running that good with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's probably the best show in all of Ontario to me. Like, just the two of you guys, like, best drivers, best show, all in all the province.
Yeah,
it's my heart pounding.
Yeah. I don't even know how, like, a lot of it's a blur, because you're just kind of in the moment. You're not even thinking about it. So I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like watching it.
It's crazy.
I was gonna say, I could tell you sitting up in those grandstands or watching on G-Force, I sometimes I'll even get myself up on the seat. It's like, come on, because it's always just a good battle, and I get, I usually get goosebumps just watching you guys get up there, because it's clean, it's fast, and looks like a hell of a time up there.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
That's it. We're gonna jump all the way back here. We're gonna start right at the very beginning now. How did you first get involved in racing?
Well, I think it was 2002. This is a story I always tell. I was flipping channels at my grandmother's place, and the Daytona 500 was on, and I started watching it. And I just started watching NASCAR from there. And then my father decided to take me to Ohsweken one night that summer, and I think I've been there every Friday since. So it's that's the gist of it. And then I think we were in the grandstands for till 2010, and then we slowly put a mini stock together, and I ran mini stock for a few years, and then moved up to the Thunder stocks in 2012, I think.
What was your first race car for the mini stock?
Actually, it was a Camaro. They from, I think it was 82 to 86, they come with a 2.5 4-cylinder.
Okay.
So that made us legal, because that was the biggest motor you could have, and it sucked. It was a lead balloon, but it got me a lot of seat time, and it taught me how to hold a line. So that way it was good. And then the way the rule book was, well, it still is, the wheelbase of it, I think, is 101. So the Thunderstock rules, the minimum wheelbase is 101. So you can actually take the same car and move up a division, just like change tires and springs and drop a V8 in it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did that in 12. So we used the same car from mini stock to Thunderstock.
Oh shit.
So
that's smart.
At the time, it didn't cost a lot other than the motor and the tires.
Yeah.
Like to build a Thunderstock now would be, you might as well go create sprint car racing, to be honest with you. But
really,
just the price, everything, right? Like,
yeah,
because
that's the way it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you moved from you essentially didn't even switch cars. I was about to gonna ask what was your first car when you moved up to street stocks, but you answered that.
Yeah, no,
it's right there. I'm like, okay, that just threw out my next question there. Yeah. Is that the same car you're still running today, or is it no?
No, I wrecked that car in end of 2015.
Okay.
I spent the winter and I built this one, the one I got now. But actually, it needed a front clip, so I put a front clip on it over a few winters, and I used it during the COVID years. We went to Merrittville weekly with it for I call it almost half a year, but I think it was like 17 races or something. We went down there for 2 years, but yeah, that's the car we used during the COVID years.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and see if there's any videos from G-Force from that, so that I can. Yeah,
there is. It's all black. That car, black with red on the bottom. The body's a more stock looking too. Like it's still a mini stock basically. Like it's got stock floors in it, and you could run it as a mini stock if you really wanted to.
Just pull that V8 back out and just put
street tires on.
You know, that's the ultimate conversion car right there.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it.
The rules, they did that because they wanted the guys with Mustangs to move up, like put a 5-liter in your Mustang and move up a division.
Yeah.
And it not have you cost a whole lot, right? But I think we were the only ones dumb enough to do it at the time. But
I wouldn't say dumb enough. That's pretty darn smart though.
Well, the mini stocks was good, but when I ran it, it was just at the time when the neons and stuff, like the newer vehicles were coming out. So I think the one night Jeremy Hughes went from like the back of the handicapping to the lead by the time we were down the back straightaway.
Jeez.
So that, there was a lot of Mustangs and Chevettes and older vehicles still out there compared to now, where it's mostly Cobalts and Neons and Cavaliers and Hondas.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes about nowadays, right? Like, it sucks to say, but it's kind of, for the mini stock division, it's kind of gone with the carbureted stuff, and it's all just all computerized fuel injection.
Yeah, seems that way.
So obviously with you moving up to the street stocks, was that a lot of or thunder stock? Sorry, was that a huge jump for you to have the more power to the rear wheels with the different tires? Was it a much of a learning curve, or was it still kind of similar?
There wasn't a big speed difference. I know that. When the track had a lot of moisture, it didn't really. There wasn't a big difference because the tires we're using in street stocks have a lot more grip than the mini stock, so it wasn't a huge learning curve that way. It was just starting, like I had to learn how to be competitive in it. That's all. Because I wasn't really competitive in the mini stock either. Like I think the best night we had, we ran 8th or something.
Okay.
And it's been a learning curve. Well, you learn something every night you go out. So, but
especially with dirt, because it's an always evolving track conditions. It's never the same week in and week out, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, there's something different every week. Yeah.
And that's why I always give the dirt guys a lot of credit. Like For my background, I was very much a asphalt guy growing up. Same thing, tuned into NASCAR, got into NASCAR. Asphalt, loved it. And I gotta say, probably 2015, 2016 is when I started more or less getting onto the dirt stuff. So I'm still very green, like only catching me one or two races here and there. For someone even who's coming over to the dirt side, because we're seeing a lot more people coming over there, why don't you, can you teach us a few things about what to expect at dirt tracks so that the people who are coming over can enjoy themselves?
The biggest thing, like I've been to a fair number of asphalt races around here, and the biggest thing is the speed of the show. Like if you're not in the lineup at the right time, they're going without you, kind of thing. It's I can imagine that the cleanup is a lot different too, because obviously it's dirt. So but no, I've never run pavement, so I don't really know what to say there really, but I can imagine it'd be a lot of fun for somebody to come over, that's for sure.
I mean, the Friday nights at the Big O is usually the best place to be on a Friday night. So, coming from Brampton, it's a little bit of a hike, but if I can get down there, it's
coming
the
through
best.
the city.
Sorry,
coming through the city, that wouldn't be fun.
No, that's the one night me and my fiance, we look at each other like 407.
Yeah, we make one trip to Brighton every year, and we take the 407. So
honestly, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
How far of a drive is it for you to get up to Brighton then? Just out of curiosity.
I think from here it's almost 4 hours. I think I should look it up, but yeah, with traffic, I'll say about 4 hours.
Damn, that's a hike.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker coming home.
That's usually the case.
Yeah, I think it's downhill.
Yeah. Out of all the tracks you've been to, what has been your favorite track to run?
Other than Ohsweken, because I'm going to say Ohsweken.
Yeah, other than Ohsweken.
Okay. We actually, the most fun I've had, we went to Ransomville, just across the border in New York, and it's kind of like a mixture of everything around here. It's big like Ohsweken, but the corners are tight like Maryville, Humberstone, and Brighton. So, and it was just something different too, right? You're running with a different crowd. So no, I had a lot of fun over there at Ransomville.
I think that's like the second guy that have said something about Ransomville. So like, they run what, Friday nights as well?
Yeah, but for us, we can't go there anymore while the border screwed everything up. But
yeah,
they changed the rule book on us, so our cars aren't legal there anymore. They went more central New York street stock rules.
So just obviously I don't know much about it. What are the differences in rules that they've implemented?
They got a better built motor, and I think if you run a crate motor, you can run a 4-barrel, and I think they allow 4 9-inch. I don't know. I haven't looked at the rules in a while, and their bodies are different too. They've got like a more pro stock looking body. Like you can run the narrow noses and stuff like that. Whereas we're stuck. Like I've got a 80s Camaro, I've got to have an 80s Camaro body.
Is there any talk of you guys possibly having to move to those kind of bodies in about 5-10 years because these cars are going to get harder and harder to find?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that want to, but in my opinion, I'd hope we don't, because like I know stuff's getting hard to find, but you start opening up the rules and there's going to be a lot of cars that look, not very good.
You're absolutely right. I mean, we can kind of look at the asphalt side with that with the super stocks. 5-10 years ago, a Monte Carlo looked like a Monte Carlo.
Yeah, Camaro.
Yeah, a Camaro ran like a Camaro.
Was Cebulski, wasn't it?
Sorry,
I think the last Camaro was Cebulski, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I think even that car went off to the Hot Rod series.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not even going to assume anything. But yeah, you had guys running these cars, and now we got essentially late models with what limited late models were. Like that's pretty much where we're at. So like I do understand, like, you know, you want to keep these cars looking like those cars because it's in my opinion, it is better for the sport. And
yeah, I agree with that. It just the fans can relate to it more. I think. I don't know. But
absolutely, like I'm not older than, but like for myself, I'm part of with this Canadian Vintage Modifieds. So like those old bodies, like we're now allowing handmade bodies because the those coupes and coaches, they're getting harder and harder to find because they're going to the rat rod guys are picking them up. So we've now allowed for the roof line to be handmade by someone, right? So it's kind of it's I'm not saying it's the same thing, but that stock appearing ness is going away, right? And I really hope it never does.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my car right now.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Your car is absolutely beautiful. I would be too.
I like the old bodies. I don't know. I think we're close to the same age, and I didn't grow up in that era, but just looking at old pictures and old videos and stuff, it's just the way it is. I think since the way it should be.
Absolutely. I love watching, like, I'd rather stay here and watch a race from like 1970 NASCAR, dirt, asphalt, whatever I can find. And then compared to some of the new stuff we can watch. We need a damn history channel just for racing.
Yeah.
Give me the earliest televised race ever and just let it loose.
Yep. Dale Jr. can try to start that.
I was about to suggest that. He loves the history. Remember, do you remember that show that he did with that?
What was it called? Yesterday's something?
Back in the day or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a neat show. He's had quite a few neat shows.
Oh yeah, especially the racetrack one. Love that one. But no, anything, you know, now he's gotten in the car series, which is kind of cool. We're kind of teetering away a little bit. But you're absolutely right. So for yourself, what's it like racing in the Thunderstock division?
I love it. There's a lot of drivers that show a lot of respect, and it's like last year was probably the best year for body damage. Like I didn't have to fix a whole lot of stuff, and I think a lot of my competitors were probably the same way. We've all got a lot of respect for each other, so it makes it a lot of fun when guys show respect like that. Absolutely.
Now that I think I've asked Chris Hale about this before, because he was on the show a couple years ago, but I don't know if I don't think I ever asked him this. So for when you have to go from a Friday night show at Humber or at Ohsweken to a Saturday night show at Merrittville, what kind of stuff do you have to prepare for to get your car switched over to run Merrittville, or if anything at all?
The only thing that I change is gear, basically gear, and just sometimes tire sizes. I don't do a whole lot of setup changes because I don't want to. Like, I got a setup that I know works at Ohsweken, and from experience, it seems to work everywhere. So I just change gear. Some guys don't even change gear; they got a gear that fit works at all three racetracks around here. So clean the air filter and knock the mud off it and grind the tires and go.
All right, that's so much easier than the asphalt stuff. Like, this is the one thing I love about dirt. Like, I gotta say that's where my favorite thing about dirt is. Like, sometimes it's so simple just to move your car from track to track.
Yeah, well, it never used to be that way. They changed the rules. I forget what year it was, like 2017 or 16. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So there was little differences you had to do to go track to track or make your car fit all three tracks rules.
Okay.
But, it's really easy.
Let's get into this year now, because, you know, what, 4 months out from the first race, about 4 months out from the first race at Ohsweken. What are your plans for the 2023 season?
Just Ohsweken full time, and we'll go to all the specials around too. We'll probably, like, I think Merrittville's opener is April 22nd or something. They call it the Spring Sizzler. We'll go to that, and maybe the first couple weeks at Merrittville if the old man's up to it, and then Ohsweken's opener, and then I think the same weekend should be Humberstone's opener if it's the same as last year. And then just the specials and Ohsweken do on the dirt if they have it. I think they're gonna have it.
Okay.
They have four long distance races, and we'll run those. And I think we might go to Southern Ontario Motor Speedway once. They got a big race in June. We might go to it too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they got they put their schedule out a month or so ago. I think it's 1,500 to win 50 laps or something.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I haven't been there since they did the track update, so we'll go check it out for that maybe.
I didn't even know about that. Damn. All right. We got some fan questions here. Megan, you want to fire them off?
Sure.
I'm nervous about this.
There were some good ones, I'm going to be honest. And some that we shouldn't be putting out there, but I mean,
No, I can tell you who asked those ones too.
So the first one's from Chris Dickey.
Oh boy.
And he wants to know, what nickname do you prefer, Big Dog or Chicken Wiener?
Big Dog, and that's all I'll say about that. I don't. That we probably shouldn't get into that.
All right.
All right. And the next three all come from the Hamilton Hot Shoe,
Clinton
Nichols.
Lovely.
Can we still call him that without a race car?
No.
Like, no offense, Clinton.
Yeah. Should call him the Hamilton hemorrhoid now.
So he's okay. I'm assuming this one was for an iRacing series.
We'll see.
Am I right about that first one, John?
I don't know. He
Okay.
didn't give me context behind it.
He said, "Why did you wreck me for last place?"
That was he's been going on about this for I think a year and a half now. But I think it was probably the last night I ran at Merrittville in 2021. I was passing him for like fifth or something, and there was some moisture against the guardrail, and I got under him, and I didn't know that the moisture was there, so I hit that and I slid up into him, and he hasn't let me forget about it since. It wasn't even. I looked there. I got the other car in the other shop, and there's a little mark on it, but he's blowing it up way bigger than. That's the Hamilton hemorrhoid.
And he said, "Why don't you let Clinton sit in your car every night, since the only time Clinton sat in your car, you won the feature?"
He's got a point. I should probably do that more often. That he sat in the car, I think it was in August of 21, and one night, because we would park beside each other a fair bit that year, and he sat in my car one night, and we won the feature that night. So yeah, I should probably do that more often. But he never comes around anymore, so he's never at a racetrack anymore. So
Valid. And his last question is, what do you love more, chicken wing night or pizza logs?
I haven't had enough pizza logs to say I like them more than chicken wings, so I'll say chicken wings.
Now
what is a pizza log?
Thank you. That was my question.
It's like basically a pizza slice rolled up. It's a big New York thing. They have them at Ransomville, and we don't get to go there, so you don't get them anymore.
Hey Megan, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Absolutely.
Road trip.
Because they're good.
I saw pizza logs and I was like, what is that? I'm gonna ask you before I look it up, because if anyone who listens, like, I know people who listen to the show know pizza's like up near the top of my list of things I love in my life.
Yeah, mine too.
So like my girl, I know my fiance thinks sometimes that I love pizza more than her, and that could be further from the truth. But there's days she thinks that. And so when I saw that, I was like, pizza logs, where do you get that? Why does it sound delicious? And so I'm thinking of road trips in order here this summer down to Ransomville.
I think the Super Dirt Car Series is going there on a Tuesday in August or July. They'll have them there that night.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see if I can get some time off.
Yeah,
because that would definitely be a fun time. Well, that's definitely gonna wrap up our fan question period. Ryan, we want to thank you for taking those questions from Chris and Clinton. That's usually what happens on this show. I don't know what it is. It's not really a fan question period. It's usually just like a driver's roasting period.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we can start a new segment like that for the show when the guests come on. Instead of questions, let's let drivers roast them for 5 minutes.
I'm glad I'm on tonight then.
You're gonna have to like make like a waiver or something, like do they really want to be roasted? Because some drivers are just
that's like... true. That is absolutely true. I don't want to put anyone in a bad predicament there. Ryan, it's definitely been fun having you on. Is there anyone you want to thank for getting you helping you out through your racing career, and just anyone you want to thank?
There's a lot of people that have helped me over the years, too many to even list, really. So I'm like, I might as well thank my dad. He sometimes I wonder if he even wants to go racing, and he does it with me, so I know he enjoys it. But might as well thank my sponsors, the family business here, RK Automotive. APC Auto Parts is back on with us for this year, and thank Nathan at Ackland Insurance for supporting us as well.
Awesome. Is there anywhere people can find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter. I don't use it a whole lot. I'm a viewer, not a poster.
Yeah.
Beagle at Beagle 84RK. I'm on Instagram as well. I think it's the same handle. I think that's what you call it, a handle.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm on Facebook, but I don't use Facebook very much. I don't have a racing page. I probably should.
It's usually a great way. I don't know. My opinion, I like social media pages for racers. Gives another way into their lives. But so does this. So I mean, it's toss-ups, right?
Yep.
All right, Ryan. Well, we definitely want to, like I said, we want to thank you for joining us this week. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and hopefully we come to. Well, we're definitely planning on coming to Ohsweken, because my fiance and myself, Jacqueline, last night we're talking. We're coming to Ohsweken by the sounds of it, a few more times this summer. So we'll have to stop by, come say hi, and
I'm there every week, hopefully.
Well, you go enjoy the rest of your night, and we look forward to catching you in 2023.
Yep. Thanks for having me on, guys. I had fun.
No problem. Have a great night.
See ya. And
we're back after interview with Ryan Beagle, the big dog. It was nice getting to know him a little bit more, eh?
It was.
Real nice guy.
He is. Like, I don't know, drivers like that, I tend to look at them like they're a big all-star, and then I talk to them and it's like they're literally just a normal guy.
They're just like us.
He doesn't seem to know how much. It's like kind of what we talked about before, how some people just don't know the kind of influence they have.
Yeah.
And it's like I said it to you off air about how, like, I kind of wanted to ask him, but I didn't know how to say it. Like, I wonder if he realizes how many people go nuts every time he wins, every time he's even up there battling with Bailey, like, but I don't know if he would even really care. Like, he just seems like he's just out there to have fun.
Honestly, that's what it seems like. He's, he goes out there, he has fun, puts on his helmet, and he just goes out there and has fun. Where he finishes, but oh, excuse me. just like with any racer, they want to do the best they can.
Exactly.
Right. And it's great that he doesn't have that. I still am so flabbergasted that his mini stock was also his first street stock.
It's pretty cool.
Like the fact that it was just like 4 changes he had to make. That's still impressive. But now, like I said, now I'm gonna have to go back. Ouch. And find some footage of that 2020 season and see what his first car looked like.
For sure.
Geez, that's gonna be fun.
He's a cool guy.
Oh, absolutely. We wish him nothing but the best in 2023. Maybe he'll knock down Dave Bailey as the track champion at Ohsweken Speedway this year.
I'm hoping that was what was going through my mind. I would like to see that. Like Dave's cool too. Like,
absolutely, Dave's a cool guy, but like sometimes we want to see someone new.
Huh. It's kind of like the whole Jimmy Johnson thing years back. Like, you know,
when he won
we've
5 in
seen
a
the
row, it was so
championships.
cool.
It is cool, but like
let someone else win.
Yeah. I mean, don't
Let
just
someone-
let them have it. But like,
No, I know what you
puts
mean.
up a good, Ryan puts up a good battle, and I mean, him and Trevor DeBoer are easily my favorite Thunderstock drivers. So I'd love to see them up there.
Absolutely. Did you hear what NASCAR's doing at the Clash this year?
I don't really pay attention to NASCAR.
I don't really.
anymore.
I still follow a lot of the NASCAR pages, but they're doing what Ohsweken does at the Clash this year. They are bringing the top 3 down the front stretch, and they are going to have like essentially a podium for the top 3.
Okay.
Now, I saw a lot of comments of people disliking that. It's like, oh, everyone gets a participation trophy. No,
But the top 3, that's big. Like if you're doing like top 10, that would be pushing it.
Yeah. If you're doing the top, like, because like the way I look at it is, someone brought up a really good point here. What if the guy from 3rd is close enough, dives bomb, number 2, gets into 1, gets into 1st place, and then the guy who was in 3rd ends up winning.
Yeah.
And then he's got to go stand up there with those 2 guys.
Be a good
Wouldn't
show.
you pay to see that as well?
I would.
I'm not saying that always happens, but
There's
like,
a chance.
there's a chance. So what you're saying is there's a chance. But that's my mindset, right? Is what if, Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman at Martinsville? What if Denny finished 2nd and they both had to stand next to each other on the front stretch? Do you think Denny's going to throw a punch? Do you think there's going to be some heated words? There's going to be something.
Oh yeah.
But like, do you ever see an issue at Ohsweken? No.
See, and that's what I like too about Ohsweken is when they do that. I love hearing from the top 3.
Yeah.
Because some nights there's the same winner every freaking night.
Yep.
And I'm tired of hearing their same speech every night.
I want to thank XYZ sponsor. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my
like,
pet
no offense,
dog.
But I just don't care anymore. So it's like the top 3 usually though will change. So it's like I do want to hear. And like same thing. Like, and I kind of feel like if there were like bumping and banging and stuff between the top 3, to stand beside them in victory lane like that, you're either going to get that clash or it's going to kind of level things out.
Yeah.
And make them be a little more civil.
And exactly.
And another thing that I find too, which I feel like kind of goes with the people complaining about everyone gets a participation ribbon, but like some people aren't ever going to make it to that first position. So to even stand on the podium for second or third is huge for some
Absolutely.
people. Like, just
It's
let them have it.
it's like heat races.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
still a win to me.
you have your slow heat, you have your mid pack heat, and you have your fast heat. That's what you have every damn time when you got heat racing. You know what that slow heat does though? Depending on what their this is not a knock on anyone's financials. But if you don't have the financial backing to be able to compete with the top guys, you still have a chance to even take home a heat win. There's guys we were talking about it, and they said the same thing, is that sometimes the heat win, you know, they make the feature, they're going to drink all night. They win a heat race, they're going to drink all night. Regardless, we're there to have a good time.
Yeah.
It's not about participation trophies. It's not about anything like that. It is literally just about going out, having fun. Yeah, we're all competitive.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I'm sure, like, I hate to say it, but I'm sure if, like, you know, we get a bunch of us to go karting, do you really think some of us are going to go out there and have fun? Or are we going to go out there and put that visor down and be serious?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be serious.
I don't even race, and I know damn well that visor, once it, like, I swear to God, I understand the racer's mentality, even though I've never raced before. Because I played volleyball, I played basketball, I played soccer, I played baseball. As soon as I stepped onto the field, in the dugout, sat near the bench, got into the gym, my mentality went from ha 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 to all right, guys, let's them up. Like,
yeah.
And same thing with the helmet.
I've had people tell me that like, you know what, once that helmet goes on, you're a whole different person.
Oh yeah.
Even the last time we went go-kart, well, it wasn't the last time, I guess it was when we went to Kitchener.
Yeah.
I had someone tell me that, like, the minute that helmet went on and my brother and I were on the track at the same time as each other, we were totally different. Like, they could see it because I don't have my visor down. It makes me like claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So I had it up and they could see it in my eyes because Chase was ahead of me, which was pissing me off. Because it's the racer's mentality. I'm not there to have fun. So I'm like, I'm there to have fun, but I want to win too.
Yeah.
That's what I was told, that you could see it in my eyes that I'm like locked on his back bumper and I'm like, I'm doing everything in my power.
Honestly, I've raced with Michael Kenny so much that, like, when we know when that helmet goes on and we're sitting in the carts, game face, right? We get out, we'll push each other and joke and shit, but like at the same time we know, like, same thing. Michael was ahead of me at one point when we were racing, and same deal. I was locked on that back bumper watching his cart. No one else was passing me because I was like, me and him were like one of the two fastest carts there. But you can bet I was watching his bumper to see if I can find a loose spot. Because if I can get by him, I may lay the bumper to him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit him. I'm not gonna nudge him. I'm just bumping him. I'm gonna rub him. Rubbing son is racing.
Exactly.
But no, like, yeah, the racer mentality is just a completely different animal. Next up so let's jump in. We're trying to get out of here for the night. We may just need a whole other show.
Literally.
Just racing rants, random rants, just random conversations. Because the stuff that we can come up with would just be I couldn't even put my Joe Media and promotions anywhere near that.
No.
Like, this hat goes away, all that stuff behind me goes away. Like, I can't do it.
It's not related anymore.
It's not related.
There's no association.
Oh my God.
Have like aliases for that. You're not even Jon and I'm not even Megan anymore.
I'm Mark.
This is someone else's thoughts.
I'm Mark.
I'm Rachel.
All of a sudden you're saying, why am I getting hate messages? Oh God.
I could never.
That would be bad. So one thing I did want to bring up, I wanted to talk about it before we got Ryan in. We are still accepting drivers for the 2023 season here at JoMo Media Promotions. If you guys want to have essentially someone promote your racing season, hit us up. We offer write-ups. We have different packages. They all include write-ups, some more than others, stickers, video opportunities, picture opportunities, possibility of shows. Maybe not this year, but probably next year. We're maybe not next year because of the wedding. I'm in trouble. Maybe I'll talk to my friend and see if she's still doing it. Well, not, I know she's still doing them, but maybe we'll get a number of cars out again to one of her events and have a JoMo Media driver reunion.
That'd be cool.
Because that's fun. I'm sorry, that was a fun day. We all sat. Yeah, that was such a cool day. If you're looking for promotions, like I said earlier, there's a chance to be part of the 2023 drivers t-shirt. There's still time. I'm not going to put the close on that one yet. So Rachel, if you're listening, heads up. But we are cutting it off at the end of February. That'll be the last to get your name on the shirts for the 2023 season. But yeah, there's opportunities galore, even to be on the podcast, vlogging opportunities where we will come and vlog your entire race day at the track. And we did one with Brandon Feeney, but that was just more of our in-car stuff.
Yeah,
didn't really get a chance to do some interviews with him because he's like a two-man crew. He's got him and one other guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we I got to get out there anyways to go see him. But yeah, all the information is right on our website, jomemedia.ca/promotions. Link is in all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My personal TikTok's got it, but not my business one because we aren't at 1,000 followers yet. So if you guys are on TikTok, head on over and follow us on TikTok. Let's get us to 1,000. And so that way we can get the website off my personal account and onto the business one. I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks. The Clash will be the next time we talk for NASCAR. Maybe we have to maybe we'll have to all get together and watch the Clash and have a kind of a reaction to it.
Yeah.
I'll let me talk to Jacqueline and see what she thinks because we'll have to see when it's running. But yeah, I want to get some people over and smoke some meat. So sorry.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say smoke something else. I'm like, whoa.
I don't do that. Surprisingly, I don't. That's the weird part, eh? With the weird thoughts that I have, you think I would. Like you would, like people think that I've been told that I sound drunk.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I actually do or not because this one guy said it sounds like the words aren't fully coming out of my mouth properly, so it always sounds like I have a lisp or something. It says I sound drunk.
Oh my God.
This
Who
was
says that?
How old was I? I was grade 10 of high school. So I've really learned to articulate as much as I can when I'm talking because of that scenario. And of course, I can't even say Canadian vintage modifieds correctly half the time. If you actually listen when I say Canadian vintage modifieds, do you even hear the G?
No.
It doesn't sound.
But okay, I do that too with a lot of things.
Yeah. But
Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna skip it.
I was talking about something in class. He's like, "Are you drunk?" I was like, "What?" It's like, "Bro, I'm 15 or I'm 14." It's like, I don't drink. I never had a drink in my life at that point. Anyways, yeah, I apparently sent a drunk to the guy. Where the hell were we going with this? Holy,
I don't know. Nowhere in particular.
Megan, take us out of here. Let's go. Let's go home tonight. Come on.
Alrighty. Thank you for listening to the True North Racing Podcast. Stay up to date on everything with JoMo Media and Promotions by following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Thank you, Megan. Episode 83 is in the books. Hope you guys enjoyed. From Megan Mitchell, I'm John Morrison. We'll see you guys next time. Bye now.
See ya.
Engine rooming by, smell the gas and feel the vibe, going into overdrive. Drop the flag, then the car zooming by. Hey, True North Racing, let's go.